So I chose to do my presentation on Bernard Marx. Bernard is one of the major characters in Brave New World. And there's been many rumors that when he was first being made, they added too much alcohol, which made him result on having physical defects. So since he's an Alpha plus, he's one of the highest ranked people, and they're supposed to be, big, strong, tall, but he's quite the opposite, actually. Sorry about that. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, he's quite the opposite. Short, kind of scrawny. Internal conflicts. Bernard is one of the few characters other than John Savage who doesn't feel like he fits in. Not only because of his physical defects, but also because of his mentality. He finds himself to be an outsider and not like other alphas because he knows what the world state is doing, such as how they're controlling everything and everyone in society. In the end of the story, it resolves for a second because he's famous and everyone is giving him attention. And from this attention, he feels so much appreciation and not so much as an outsider. He then gets deported with Helmholtz because the world state didn't want them to jeopardize the others, like the other betas, deltas, etc., making them realize that they're actually getting brainwashed by these controllers and directors. I'm sorry. The major change Bernard experiences during the duration of the novel is he gains popularity. Once he has everyone's attention by bringing Linda and John back to London, the town is actually giving Bernard some type of attention, which makes him feel not so much as an outsider, but more part of the community. Everyone saw Bernard as everyone else at this point, and not someone who has physical deformities. So external conflicts that have to do with Bernard. There are many different types in Brave New World, but the major one that I see that relates back to my character the most is character versus society. Bernard doesn't agree with the government having so much control over everyone and is essentially brainwashing them. And one of the ways the world state does this is with the Soma drug. Since Bernard looks different but has a high status alpha, but he is a high status alpha, he just wants to be treated the same as everyone else, even if he does look differently. This fixes in the end because Bernard and Helmholtz get sent away, finally being able to be a free individual. The quote I chose was Bernard saying, "What would it be like if I were free, not enslaved by my conditioning?" He tries to explain to Lenina that he wants to be free in his own way, not being told what to do by the controllers. Not the freedom everyone thinks they have when they take Soma to be happy. This is, this is significant because Bernard's character is stubborn. He doesn't want to be told what to do or how to live. This external conflict affects the character because it results in Bernard leaving London and being deported to Iceland. Even though he is with Helmholtz, he's still not with the people he grew up with. So the symbol I chose was Soma, and that's the drug that everyone takes, except for Bernard. He has tried it, but doesn't like it. And it brings them to a happy state. Bernard is entirely against taking Soma, mainly because he doesn't want to take it and follow everyone else. This is the most effective form of control, so many rely on it to be happy. Bernard is completely against it and says he never uses it. He will never use it until the government puts so much of it in the air that he finally experiences what it's like, and he hates it and says he wants to be himself, not forced to be happy. That's why I got the quote, I'd rather be myself, because he's saying he doesn't want to take the soma, even if Lenina is pressuring him to take it. He also says that he'd rather be his annoyed self rather than some jolly person who isn't him. Okay. So the ironic part is Bernard is being talked about poorly, and is people are thinking about sending him away, but Bernard tries and turns the tables, and so the spotlight is on the director Tomikin. So he brings back Linda and John back to London because he knew he would be embarrassed and get ashamed for having relations with Linda. And the archetypal pattern is outcast. So, significant character trait. Bernard is extremely strategic and smart. He puts the blame on the director to get everyone away from him being sent away. The quote that proves that Bernard wants to embarrass the director and turn the tables on him instead, he says, this is the director, this monstrous practical joke, the director shouted. Red in the face, he tries to disengage himself from the embrace. Bernard knew his plan was working. He knew Tomikin, which is the director, felt so embarrassed, even more so when Linda said that he has a kid, and he actually resigned from being the director because he was so embarrassed. So, final thoughts. When he goes, he finds out the director has a son and love interest. He wants to bring them back to London to embarrass the director, as I said before. So Bernard doesn't get sent away. When he does get famous from this and has all the attention on him, Bernard almost changes immediately, like his personality. All of a sudden, everyone's being so nice to him and not treating him differently like before. Sorry, and it should have been the what should have been the crowning of Bernard turned out to be his most humiliating moment, since John didn't want to talk to anyone, and that's what all the people were there for, and they're essentially using Bernard to get to John. People will tend to go what's popular, but when it starts to die down, everyone doesn't care anymore. This is also very satire. Bernard is an important character in the story because he shows the creative, curious aspect of the story. If we didn't have Bernard, John would not have been in the story, as well as if we didn't have him, the story would have no individuality, and everyone would have the mob mentality. And yeah, that is the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed listening. Thank you.